Teach what you can practice. To get an answer to that, let us go to the Bible. Read the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 1 to 12. But I'm going to read to you not all the verses. You can do that on your own. Let me read Matthew chapter 23, verse 3 and 4. The rest you read for yourself. Practice. Teach what you can practice. Don't teach what you cannot practice. In the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 3 says, so you must be careful to do everything they tell you, but do not do what they do. For they do not practice what they teach. Verse 4, it reads, them preach, those who preach what they don't do. They tie up heavy rods, cumbersome rods, and put them on others' shoulders. But themselves, they are not willing to lift a finger to move them. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't you practice what you preach? Have you ever said those words to someone? Or has someone ever said those words to you? Maybe someone has said those words to you. By the way, hypocrites are the people who pretend to be something they are not. They may say one thing and then do the opposite. They may say one thing and then do the opposite. They may act one way in a certain setting and then act another way in a different setting. It is very important that as Christians, we follow the example of Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter where we are or who we are with. The words we speak and the things we do should always reflect our faith. Sometimes we are good at telling others what they should do, how they should live, but we fail to follow our own instructions. We need to, as the saying goes, walk the walk, not just talk and talk. Let me give you one quick example why I was saying that. This was a professor who was called to speak to university students. Let me give you. A female professor was invited for a lecture, and the topic that female lecture chose was to talk about polygamy. She talked on the benefits of polygamy, why women should embrace it and support their husbands towards achieving it. Achieving what? Polygamy. That's what the professor decided to talk about. As she kept emphasizing on this topic, a lady from the audience raised her hand, stood up, and introduced herself before speaking. This is what the lady said from the audience. She said, Professor, I really appreciate this topic because this topic, I have something to talk about. She said, Professor, I really appreciate the topic because I'm relieved of my fear. I never knew you are this simple and understanding. Your message has given me the opportunity to open up to you. She cleared her throat and continued. This is the lady who was among the audience that this female professor was talking to. She said, the female audience continued saying, I have been married to your husband for the past 4 years. And between us, we have a set of twins. And she said, I've been married to your husband for the past 4 years. And between these 4 years, we have a set of twins. To the greatest surprise of all in the hall, the professor fainted and was rushed to the hospital. This professor, the female professor, fainted after hearing that the lady in the audience has been married to her own husband for 4 years. And in these 4 years, they have a set of twins. Ladies and gentlemen, the professor hearing that, she fainted and was rushed to hospital. Why? Because she cannot handle what she was telling other women to accept and embrace and support their husbands to achieve polygamy, while herself could not handle being told that the lady is been married to her own husband for 4 years and they have a set of twins. Now, instead of the female professor emphasizing and supporting and encouraging that woman so that the husband can achieve polygamy as she was preaching, instead what she did, she fainted and rushed to hospital. She could not handle the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, practice what you preach. If you cannot handle it, then don't. Do to others what you will want them to do unto you. After that, the lady was rushed to hospital. After she revived, she opened her eyes to see the same lady standing by her bedside. The same lady who said she's been married to her husband for the past 4 years and they have a set of twins was standing at her bedside looking at the professor. Then the lady said, Professor, I don't know your husband. I don't know who your husband is. I just lied to you to see if you can handle what you preach to others. I just lied to you to see if you can handle what you preach to others. You preach. So next time, the woman continued telling the professor, next time, please speak on subjects that you are good at handling. Don't stand up on a stage and throw your thoughts around just because you have the title professor in front of your name. He said he told the professor, please, because you have a title before your name, Next time when you stand before people, don't just throw things. Don't say things that you don't necessarily practice or mean just because you are a professor. A lesson I'm learning from here is simple. Teach what you can practice. If you cannot handle it, then don't say it. Don't preach it. A lot of people are hypocrites. And hypocrites are people who pretend to be what they are not. I was listening to another guy I listened to told me, Sam, I love the way our leaders think across the board. Some of them believe corruption is good so long as I am part of that system of corruption. But once I'm out of that system, I will condemn corruption to the last letter. This guy told me corruption is good so long as I am involved in it. But so long as I'm not involved, then corruption is bad. We will condemn it to the last letter. I'll use my last breath to condemn it so long as I'm not part to it. Brothers and sisters, life is too short. Practice what you can teach. Actions speak louder than words. Don't just say things for the sake of it. And sometimes be careful what you stand for today due to the fact that you are gaining something, because it might come to haunt you later. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I had for you today. Go read the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 1 to 12. It will tell you what we need to do. Don't preach water while you are drinking wine. Do to others what you would want them to do unto you. If you feel what you're telling others you cannot handle it, please don't. I have seen people go also read the good Bible about Cain and Abel in the Garden of Eden. Abel was killed by Cain, but God punished Cain for killing the brother. What did Cain say? He said that that punishment is too heavy to bear. What if I loiter around and the people kill me? He was afraid of being killed when he had killed his own brother for doing nothing. But again, even after Cain killing his brother Abel, God did not accept his sacrifices. So, my brothers and sisters, you don't need to dim someone's candle so that yours can be lighter. No, there is enough room, there is enough space for each and every one of us. Let us all give each other space. And inasema, seek ye the kingdom of God first, and everything else shall be added unto you. And the wise man said also this: the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. A lot of people nowadays, they have no fear of God, but they fear their fellow human beings. Let us go back to the doctrines of the Bible, how people used to live before then. And from there, we will trace our tracks back to the right way. My brothers and sisters, if you feel something is not right, if it's done to you, don't do it to anybody else. Believe me, you don't do it to anybody else. If you don't like it done to you, don't do it to someone else. Let this be our brothers, keepers, and our sisters. If we can love one another, imagine we can be able to face each other each day and even face God and say, Father, I'm here. Your son is here. And let me just finish by saying this. In this world that we're living in, there can be no justice. There can be no justice anywhere in this world under the blue sky until the second coming of Jesus Christ. That is when justice will prevail. But before then, there can be no justice. I hear people shouting, haki yetu, haki yetu. There can be no justice under the blue sky until the second coming of Jesus Christ. That's all I had for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And my YouTube name, as always, it is Sam Ongoro. Thank you.